Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Coach's Corner. My name is Dylan Henson. I'm the sports co-editor here at The Prowler. I'm sitting down with girls soccer head coach John Bowen. Coach.
Afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. All right, so last year y'all had a record of 18-5, 11-1 in the region, but of course y'all won the state championship. Go ahead and talk about last season a little bit.
Well, last season was nice. It was kind of a trick because we never had everybody together. Even by the end, we always had somebody out injured. So we started off slow, got some things figured out, got some people back from injury, then lost them again, got some other people back, and just by the time we got to where we were playing in the state playoffs, we were kind of on a little roll, had figured out what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. Yeah, we were playing well by the end.
I want to talk real quick about one of the players this season, senior Lauren Yoss. From what I hear, she is very close to breaking Kelly O'Hara's goal record. Can you kind of talk about the goal record a little bit and if she is close?
She finished last year tied with Kelly O'Hara for most all-time assists at 48. And then she was 3 goals behind Kelly, but Kelly sits second. So Kelly had 63 goals, 48 assists. The first game on Monday, Lauren got 4 goals, 3 assists. So now she's second. She passed Kelly O'Hara. She's second with 64 goals, and then she's all alone in top assist at 51.
Okay.
So she's got 5 more to catch Alice Martin. Alice Martin's got 69 total. So we would expect her within the next 2-3 games to own that mark as well.
And when did Alice Martin graduate from
That was when it first started. It was Alice Martin and Janet Burke, and I mean they had like Casey Murray. They had the front line 3 that was just ridiculous. And they all went on and played D1 soccer, FSU, Furman, all these different places, and they really lit it up. When Stars Mill first opened, they opened with freshmen and sophomores. Well, their freshman and sophomore that first year, they made the state final and lost.
Right.
And then they won the next 2. So she was on that team.
So kind of talk about how, coaching Lauren for all 4 years, how she's kind of progressed and how when she does break the record, that being that special of a moment, it's already a special moment in itself, but having coaching her for 4 years, how does that kind of tie into how special it is?
Well, records like that go to the player. It's not so much the coach. Now, as far as working with Lauren and all that, I've seen her progress as much on the soccer field as off the field. She was, a completely different person as a freshman than you see today as a senior. But I mean, everybody is. If you sit there and look back to last year, then you're not the same person then. But she's really grown and matured and always been a threat on the field, and really has been able to kind of harness her focus and stay involved in the game and just take. She can literally take matters into her own hands at times. So she does really well. Her challenge this year, of course, is coming back from ACL surgery. She tore it in the summer. She was cleared as of December 1st, so she's been working. We actually met a few times once a week just to get her going, and then now we're back out on the field, so she shouldn't have any restrictions at this point. She's just trying to get back to the level she had last year, because like we were as a team, she was playing really well by the end of the year.
You had 4 players sign on Wednesday at their respective colleges. Riley Clark signed with Columbus State, of course Lauren with Armstrong, Dylan with Wolford, and Truett McConnell for Ashland. Kind of talk about those seniors and how they've really, like I said, really progressed since they started 4 years ago.
Well, those 4 in particular, although I think Patterson signed with Winthrop.
Winthrop.
But those 4, I mean, have earned it. Ashland could probably make an argument that she's earned it a little more than most, because she, the other 3 came in and from day one as freshmen were starters, and Ashland was backup keeper, did some JV, backup keeper. I mean, she's been with us all 4 years by the end of the season, and then backed up Paige last year, got like 13 game time, and then just kept working. They all played together on the same club team when they were really young, and then Ashland moved to a different club team, and so she's just kept progressing and done a really, really good job. And ended up earning that scholarship at Truett McConnell. And then the others, they all came in day one. They took their spots. They worked hard, and they just stay after it. They don't. And again, it's nothing that I do. It's kind of in each one of them. Lauren wants to be good. She wants to be the best one out there. Riley every day is giving everything she's got. Pat's the same way. All 3 of them work extremely hard. Every game, minute to minute. They love to play, and so if you love to play and work hard, good things like that are going to happen.
Right. Kind of switching over to the team side of it. Kind of talk about, as the season's already began, 2 games in. Kind of talk about your goals and some of the keys for this season to be successful.
We always talk about the same things. Can we get better as a player, and then can we get better as a team? So every day is about getting better, finding some way to get better. And early in the season, right now in particular, You know, we're still waiting on 4 basketball players. We've got 1 still out injured. So out of the 18, we've only got 13 actually playing. We had several girls, 3 girls came and were at the scrimmage with us, just to prevent dead legs on Friday. But right now it's just about finding ourselves. We'll play different formations. We'll play people in different positions. We'll keep playing with it until it's time to really figure out, and we won't know and we won't know where we're at until we get there. And so sometimes that takes 4 or 5 games. Sometimes that takes half the season. We didn't really have it all clicking and going until after spring break last year. And now, we played well at times before that, but then had an ugly loss right before break and kind of got our heads wrapped around to what we needed to do. And then from that point on, I mean, we were money after that.
Right.
We didn't drop a game and very rarely gave up a point. Even showed semifinal, got down 2-0 against a team that just beat McIntosh and then scored 4 straight goals and walked away. So the quarterfinal was kind of the same way. We scored, they scored again, we scored again, and we scored again to win. So we didn't doubt ourselves by that point. We knew what we had to do, and so even when bad situations happened, it was just like, no, dust ourselves off, let's go, we got this. And so to get to that point again, you really have to understand as a team and as individuals that it starts over. I mean, we can't pick up from last year. Nothing about last year applies to this year at all. I mean, you get banners, you get pictures, you get newspaper articles, and all that stuff fades and gets old, and you can look back and think, wow, that was great last year. So the only thing it really helps us with is we know it's possible. We've done it before, so we have that experience. But more than anything, we should have learned last year how much work it takes, how long it takes to get there, and what we have to do as we get going.
Speaking about the injuries in the basketball players, you definitely had to start a couple more younger players. For example, sophomore Lauren Avedano or freshman Merritt Parker. How are those younger players played in the first 2 games y'all have competed in?
The first, we talked about it at halftime of the scrimmage against Pope. They're deer in headlights. It's even if we've played at this level, now they're playing up in age group. Even if they're used to that, they haven't played with us, and it's they kind of target that. I want to be on varsity. I want to play, and so they finally get there, and it's under the lights, and it's Pope, and it's this, and it's that, and it's kind of like, oh my God, now what? And so, it took them a good half to adjust, and then they settled in and played well. But it takes everybody that time. Lauren, Dylan, Riley, they were all the same way as freshmen. Ask any of them about the St. Pius game and their first game at Collins Hill and all this kind of fun stuff. It takes everybody a minute to adjust, but they're doing well. They've just gotten started. They just need to keep progressing.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Anytime.
Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you next week.